Well, this is the boys anime. Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's me, Irvin, with another anime first impressions video. This is going to be on one that I think aired, I think this was Sunday when it aired, or maybe yesterday. Could be wrong. The name is Princess Connect Redive. It can be found in Crunchyroll. As of right now, it's just subbed, but knowing by the type of anime that Crunchyroll decides to dub, I think this one will also eventually be dubbed. If Funimation takes a long time, Crunchyroll takes a longer time. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, you can find this on Crunchyroll. Go watch it. Also, before I continue with my first impressions, if you have not done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I am doing a giveaway at 3,000 on April 15th. There'll be special rules because of the COVID-19, as well as issues that I've had with the mail office. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you get me to 3,000, and then I will release the video on April 15th. Lastly, guys, I want to encourage you guys to go and check out my Discord and other social media, as well as my other first impression videos that I have posted. Lastly, guys, there's a spoiler alert. I will talk about this first episode in some detail, so you have been warned. Okay, so the anime itself, genre-wise, if it wasn't clearly spoken in my face during the first episode that it was going to be a harem, the last scene definitely spoke to me. It is an isekai as well, so that's why I said this is the boys anime, because more than likely that's the number one, I guess, person they're catering this anime for. The anime itself is actually not that bad. The premises is he's being reborn. He is told that he's gonna not have memories and stuff like that. So he's reborn, and there is a girl who's looking for him. She's calling him Lord and everything, saying that she has a mission to find him and guide him through this world. So he is found, and when he's found, wolves are biting on his arms, and he's just kind of there not knowing what to do, and she helps him out, get the wolves off his arms, and she quickly finds out that he is not all there in his mind. And when the goddess, I guess, that resurrected him mentioned that he was going to forget stuff, he forgot a lot of stuff. Like, he doesn't know how to speak. He, at one point, when they're in a shop, he starts eating the money. He doesn't know how to fight. He doesn't know how to do almost anything, to be honest. So, throughout the first episode, it's kind of a bond episode between him and that girl. How she's trying her best. She's a klutz, but she's trying her best to protect him as well as to provide for him. Because at one point they have to sleep somewhere, and they weren't able to pay for a lodge. And after she says that she's going to sell the sword that her dad gave her, he stops her, and in his own way, in his own kind of hoo hee ha ha way, he kind of tells her, "Let's just sleep outside. It'll be fine." And they do. So they do that, and they bond in that way as well. She herself is just trying her best to provide for him. So the following day, they end up going to a, I guess, adventure guild. That's probably what it was. They went to a place where they heard would give them some work, and they decide to go hunt for mushrooms. And in paper, it sounded very simple. Like, okay, we just need mushrooms. Well, ends up being that when they hunt these mushrooms, they find a second girl who, in between scenes, she's been doing stuff already. She's also a very airheaded character. She's an airheaded girl. She got robbed, and she didn't even realize she was robbed. And anyways, she shows up in front of them for the first time. We've seen her before in the episode, but she shows up in front of them, and she's real hungry, so they give her some mushrooms for her to eat, and they're cooked. And then huge mushrooms, like giant mushrooms, show up because they're mad, I guess, because their kids are being eaten, or wherever the little mushrooms were. So they have this little battle, not little battle, pretty big battle against these mushrooms. And finally, something inside this guy, he gets a memory. And for some reason, he connects the girl that is basically his servant to another girl that he protected, I guess, in his previous life. So he definitely defends her, and power urges out of him. We later find out that he is the prince's hero or prince's knight, something like that, which means that as long as he has bonds with these girls, he's gonna get stronger and stronger. So, another thing to keep in mind, the flashback that he had, there was magic in that flashback, which tells us that the world that he first came from is not this world. He came from a world that had magic. So I guess that might be important later on in the story. But as for now, that's just a little thing that I noticed. His flashback, there was magic there, which means he's not from this world, which means he might be a demon lord or something else, like a big honcho in a different world. So we'll see. Eventually, at the end of the episode, there's comedy scenes here in between there. I'm not going to go in detail because that just ruins the comedy of the episode. But eventually, they decide to go back and turn in the mushrooms they have, and I guess continue their lives. And the other girl joins them for whatever reason. And then there's this kind of prelude paragraph that someone's reading or something about how he is the prince's knight, and he, as long as he grows bonds with girls, he's gonna blah blah. And he says, and then the narrator says something about there's new people to be met, and etc etc. And then they showcase like 20 girls, and I'm very concerned to know if we're actually going to have that many girls of characters in this anime, because usually with these animes, these harem animes, the first season, if they have more than than one seasons, they'll give the guy like 5 girls or 6 girls, and then eventually they add 2 or 3 more in the next seasons. But 20, like, there were a lot of girls they showcased. And by the way, this is also a world where elves and beasts and all types and forms of creatures roam with each other. So there's lots to pick, I guess, creature wise. And it looks like he's gonna end up with a lot of girls. Like, it was very obvious at the end that, okay, this is not going to be a love story or a sweet story between him and this one girl. It's going to be a harem. So in a nutshell, I guess, I really enjoyed the comedy. I don't enjoy the fact that it's going to be a harem, because what's going to end up happening is that every episode is going to be him meeting a new girl and him growing a bond with them in some way or another. And I know people like that. They like that repetitiveness of anime, but I personally don't. So I really, there's a season that I really enjoyed those animes and all that, but it just got to a point where isekai harems are just so repetitive. You have the 6 typical girls in almost every series, and they do almost the same things in almost every series, just different settings and different persons, but for the most part, the same thing, which kind of bums me out, because the jokes were pretty good. The whole fact that he can't remember how to defend himself, and he's being eaten by wolves at night and stuff like that, that's just funny. That for me is funny. The comedy of it is the uniqueness of it. So I think people will enjoy it because it gives them the want of a harem, but it also gives them the comedy in the side. So keep it in mind why it was made for, or the reason it was made for. I'm gonna give this one probably a 7 out of 10. I think people will enjoy it. It's not ReZero, but it's pretty good. So I think people will enjoy it. We'll watch it, and plenty of people probably will keep posting memes and stuff like that, or gifs in Twitter. So yeah, this is probably one that if you like isekai, you like harems, then go check it out, enjoy it, and have fun. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have not done so, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell button if you guys don't mind, and you'll be notified when I go live when I upload videos. There is a giveaway that's going to happen April 15th if you get me to 3,000. So subscribe. Thank you for your love and support, guys. Make sure you check out the rest of the first impression videos that I have. And guys, like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.